U.S. Highway 501. Yeah. Alright, we're talking about the U.S. Highway 501. Another U.S. Highway 1's child route. U.S. Highway 501 is from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, through Virginia, where U.S. 501 ends on U.S. Highway 60. Famous towns for U.S. 501. Myrtle Beach, Durham, Lynchburg make its end on U.S. Highway 60. I am not going to say that word on there. Myrtle Beach, Conway, and U.S. 501 begins on Business Highway 17. Business U.S. Highway 17. So U.S. 501 officially begins in Myrtle Beach. Look at all the beautiful beach over there. Beautiful ocean right in South Carolina. We get U.S. Highway 17 signed for North Myrtle Beach. I would rather see Wilmington, North Carolina. Okay, Georgetown. No, this should have been Charleston, West Virginia. No. Charleston, South Carolina. My mistake. It's Charleston, South Carolina. This one should be Wilmington, North Carolina. Not just Myrtle Beach. You can sign Wilmington, North Carolina, and Charleston, South Carolina. Come on, SC Dot. We get no interchange for U.S. Highway 701. Here's U.S. Highway 378. Okay, this is really horrible for U.S. Highway 76. Mullins should not be signed. You should put Wilmington, North Carolina. Then for U.S. 76 for Marion, this should have been Florence or Columbia, South Carolina. Not just Marion. Now we're about to join U.S. Highway 301. We're going to be concurrent with U.S. Highway 301 as we head up to North Carolina to Roland. Okay, Interstate 95 southbound. This should not be Florence, but Columbia or Savannah, Georgia, or Jacksonville should be on there. Not just Florence. And we get Interstate 95 northbound sign for Fayetteville. That's still a fine choice. So we're about to enter to North Carolina. And welcome to North Carolina. In Roland, we are now splitting off with U.S. Highway 301. U.S. 501 will turn left into Laurinburg. Here's a look at U.S. Highway 74 eastbound. That will also take you to Wilmington, just like U.S. Highway 76. Now we're going to be concurrent with U.S. Highway 74 westbound, also known as the Interstate 74. So we head into Hamlet, Rockingham, and St. Andrews University. Now we're splitting off with U.S. Highway 74. It is signed for Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're now going to be concurrent with U.S. Highway 15, 401, 501, both signed for Fayetteville and Bennettsville. U.S. 401 is leaving, so U.S. 401 will head into Fayetteville. So U.S. 501 and 15 will just head into Durham. In Aberdeen, North Carolina, we're joining U.S. Highway 1 northbound. So we're now going to be concurrent with northbounds. U.S. 1, 15, and 501. They all have northbound. And now we're splitting off with U.S. Highway 1. U.S. 501 and 15 would turn left. We'll meet U.S. Highway 1 again. Eventually. Now we're going to reunite with U.S. Highway 1. Once again, we get U.S. Highway 421 signed for Greensboro and Silver City. And it says Lillington. This should have been Wilmington for U.S. Highway 421 or Dunn. Now we're leaving U.S. Highway 1. We're signed for Pittsboro and Chapel Hill. I'd rather see Durham for US 15 and 501. Now we're about to join US Highway 64 eastbound. We're going to be concurrent with US Highway 64. Now we're going to be leaving US Highway 64. US 15 and 501 is signed for Chapel Hill and Sanford. And this should have been Durham. We get Interstate 40 signed for Greensboro and Raleigh. And an airport. Now we're about to join US Highway 70 and Interstate 85. We're both going to be concurrent with both of them. So we get Durham Freeway for US Business Highway 70, and we get a mention for US 70. Now we're leaving Interstate 85, US 15, and US 70. And now US 501 will just split off. In Roxborough, we're meeting US Highway 158. So we're now going to be concurrent with US Highway 158. And US Highway 158 is splitting off. US 501 will head into Lynchburg. And welcome to our last town in Virginia. Here's a look at our old friend US Highway 58 and US Highway 360. They will both go into Danville and Norfolk. And this is our last time going to be in Lynchburg. So we're about to be concurrent with US Highway 460 and US Highway 29. This is going to be the last video I will do Lynchburg, Virginia. And my last video I did was Roanoke. But I still need Interstate 81 and 581. One to go. Now we're leaving US Highway 29 and 460. Both of them are signed for Roanoke and Danville. And I don't know what this said. I'm going to research this up. Oh, it's Buena Vista. Here's US Highway 221. That will also take you to Roanoke. So we're about to head into Buena Vista. And US Highway 501 ends in Buena Vista on US Highway 60. So that is it for US Highway 501. Later today, we're about to do US Highway 601. So thank you all for watching, and peace out.